Gentlemen, it's Ron. What if I told you that the reason you're not able to get in shape and lose that body fat, especially around the midsection, is due to a hormone imbalance that is silently wrecking your energy, your metabolism, and your focus? High cortisol levels are directly related to insulin resistance. And if you're not addressing this issue, you're never going to get the results that you want. Before I give you 3 tips on how to reduce cortisol so you can finally achieve the goals you want, I want to give you a quick rundown of the situation. So the situation is, if you're chronically stressed, you're more than likely to have high cortisol levels. Therefore, there's a direct correlation that if you have constant high levels of cortisol in your body, that results in having high insulin levels or higher than normal insulin levels. And insulin in itself is a energy storage hormone. So it pulls out sugar from the blood and keeps that energy in the liver or as fat, more likely as fat, right? Because your liver can only hold so much. I'll just go straight into the first tip: mindfulness. People disregard mindfulness in their fat loss journeys, but mindfulness has such an important role in managing not just cortisol and insulin, but so many hormones, that you need to be mindful of your mental state and journaling, practicing mindfulness, whether you want to meditate. These things have such a high ROI on your fat loss journey and many other aspects of your life that it is definitely worth doing. Even getting a massage, all these things, satisfied that you're doing the other things in the program, or you got some lifestyle improvements that you're working on, satisfied you're doing them, mindfulness is definitely high ROI when it comes to your fat loss journey. The second tip is sleep hygiene. Now, I don't have to say much about sleep hygiene. It's quite obvious. You want to get at least 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours minimum per night, hours of sleep, right? And the one statistic that I'm just going to throw at you that'll make you realize how important it is: if you are sleep deprived of one night, so you don't get enough hours of sleep for one night only, it raises your cortisol by 100%. That's what research says. So now that I give you that one statistic, you need to start taking your sleep more seriously. Now, with the ebbs and flows of life, things happen. Maybe you have a kid or something and your sleep's all wrecked. Now, you just want to adapt with life. But if you're not in an extreme situation and it's very possible to have constant high quality sleep, especially hours, then you need to do that right now. And the third tip is reducing stimulants, especially caffeine, a few hours before bed, because this correlates heavily with sleep hygiene, and you don't want to be stimulated or doing late night workouts or eating too late close to bedtime, because it's going to affect your recovery. When you go to sleep, you're going to be digesting food or stimulated mentally. Therefore, you can't get adequate and proper high quality sleep and let your body do what it needs to when you go to sleep. Reducing insulin stimulants as well as alcohol. Obviously, all these things create stress in the body. I'm not saying you have to completely quit alcohol. Just be smart about it and sensible about it. That's all I ask. And if you do those 3 quick practical things, I'm not going to sit here for hours on end going into the full depth of each one. I want to give you some quick practical things you can implement straight away. And these are going to help reduce your cortisol levels, therefore helping with your insulin resistance and sensitivity, which will therefore improve your quality of life and help you lose fat much quicker. Hope that helps.